Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me in this video. Welcome back, and if you are new here, welcome. My name is Quynh, and on my channel I make fashion, beauty, and lifestyle videos. So in this video, I want to talk about some of my favorite fashion influencers. Now I feel like Instagram does a really good job acknowledging and highlighting fashion influencers, but they're not as popular on YouTube. There are a lot of hauls and everything, but you don't see the recognition that you do on Instagram as you do on YouTube, especially since, you know, the makeup gurus are huge, other niches are huge, but it's really hard to search like fashion influencers on YouTube and get like these really great channels. So because of this, I was thinking of doing a segment on my channel where I highlight some of the top influencers in the fashion niche and talk about some of their videos and any tips that they might have that are relevant within the week. So we're talking about like outfit inspirations, fashion tips, fashion trends, or anything like that. I just want to highlight some of these people who have very, very great content that I feel like are not getting as much recognition on YouTube and through the YouTube algorithm. And also, I just think that would be really fun to have a video that summarizes some of the top fashion content on YouTube within the last week or so. So before I get started and share my list of top influencers I follow, I want to point out that all of the influencers on my list do have a YouTube presence as well as Instagram. So I'm not choosing any influencers who are just strictly on Instagram because there are just so many. I think that it really says a lot when you have a creator who is posting on both Instagram and YouTube. And I know as a YouTube content creator, these videos are very hard to make and take a lot of time and effort. So if there is an influencer out there or fashion influencer out there who is making the extra effort to post videos about fashion and their tips and tricks on how to style outfits, I just think that it sets them apart from some of the Instagram influencers on there who just focuses on that platform. Okay, so I have my list right here. So I have quite a few names on here. These are just some of the top influencers that popped up in my head that I follow. I'm not trying to say that these are the best ones out there. I'm actually trying to compile a list of more fashion influencers just because like it's so hard to track them down on YouTube. And so I just am doing just the ones that I am currently following. If you have a favorite fashion influencer that you like to watch, please let me know in the comment section below because I am always trying to find inspiration from other creators as well. Alright, so the first influencer on my list is Dearly Bethany. Now, Dearly Bethany has got to be one of my favorite fashion influencers because she is actually a very, very kind, sweet person. She's very responsive on social media. I have tagged her in some stories of mine and I was very surprised to see that she responded to those stories. So even though she has a fairly large following, she takes the time to respond to her followers, and I think that just says a lot about her and the type of person she is. Now, on top of being very communicative with her followers, she specializes in petite fashion, which you guys know is also a niche I'm interested in as well because I am only 5'0". So when I got started with my fashion journey, I actually used channels like hers to really influence me and help me dress myself and learn about fashion. So that was very, very helpful, especially since the petite fashion niche is so slim. There aren't very many channels that specializes in it, and so I feel like it's just so nice to find a channel that specializes in certain body types and cater to body types like mine. Another thing that I really like about Dearly Bethany's style is that she focuses on classic, sustainable fashion. So her looks aren't very trendy and so they never really go out of style, which is really nice. And because of that, she often promotes like mid-range prices on items, pieces that are going to last a little bit longer because they're a little bit higher quality. So I would say like a lot of her clothes are within like $100 to like $500 range. So these pieces are a lot of like very basic pieces that you can build in your closet and you can reuse a lot. So lots of neutrals, lots of pieces that can be worn with other things, and I really like that. I think it's really important, especially now, to have a bulk of your closet be classic, sustainable pieces that you can wear over and over again, and then just have a few pieces that you can layer on top and have it be trendy, versus just going out and buying trendy pieces and then rotating through your clothes every single season. So I really like that about her style. So even though you invest a little bit more up front, you're going to have those pieces for so much longer, and it's going to last season after season after season, so you don't have to buy that piece again next year. Which brings me to the second person on my list, which is Audrey Coyne. Now, I apologize if I mispronounce her last name, but Audrey also is very much like Bethany in that she focuses on petite fashion and petite styling. So both channels are really good at helping petite figures style and dress themselves, and having clothes fit petite bodies to actually complement our bodies instead of looking like really baggy and unflattering. Audrey's style is also very similar to Dearly Bethany's in that it's very classic, sustainable. I want to say that Audrey's taste is a little bit more like European, kind of like Parisian than Dearly Bethany. Both styles are very similar still though, and very classic, and just complements the body really well, especially considering that they're both petite. Next on the list is Hannah with Coco Beauty. Now, Hannah's style is very like modern, city-like, almost kind of casual, just very wearable city styles, and I absolutely fell in love with her style when I came across her channel in the fall. Now, she has really good fall and winter pieces and lookbooks, and I think her lookbooks are what really draws me to her channel, because she has so many inspirational outfits and pieces of clothing that she layers so well for the cooler months. I just think that her style is so stunning, and it's very wearable for the cooler months. I think with her though, she is not petite, she's definitely a little bit taller, and so I kind of take what she suggests and then try to make that something that will fit like a shorter frame. But overall, I just think that she does a really good job with her videos in that she talks through her outfits so that you can get an idea of how she layers on her clothes and like the pieces that she chooses from different brands. I would say that her style is also mid-range as well. It's not super cheap, it's not super expensive, but it's a really nice like in the middle range where it's still good quality, but you're going to be able to wear those pieces season after season after season. Again, you can kind of see a trend here. If I had to describe her style in a few words, I would say it would be chic boss lady. Like, I don't know how else to describe these styles, and if I were to see her on the street, I would just assume that she's a businesswoman and she's really got her life together, because it just looks like she is always so put together. Next on my list is Samantha Guerrero. Now, she is very new to being on social media, and she actually has found a lot of success considering how new she is. All of her social media platforms just shot up as soon as she got on. I remember finding her channel when she only had 5,000 subscribers and like less than a couple thousand of subscribers on Instagram. And now her Instagram's over 300,000 subscribers or followers, and her YouTube channel I think is like over 100 or 150 followers or subscribers. Oh my gosh, I'm getting all these mixed up. So she started back, I want to say in like December. So between December and now, that is not a very long time at all, but she's found such great success in this niche because she has phenomenal style. So I would say Samantha's style is feminine business chic. So it's very structured in that she wears a lot of blazers, a lot of slacks, but she does a really good job of layering her clothes and putting her outfits together, whether it's different clothing items, and then she also layers her shoes really well, her purses, and then her jewelry really well with her outfits. So overall, she just always looks put together. She has phenomenal taste in fashion style, and I want to say she's like the youngest out of all of these influencers on the list. So I think that she just is very naturally like in tune with her style, and she knows how to put outfits together very well. She's also known for for her haul videos, particularly Zara, H&M, and Aritzia. I think that her haul is really fun to watch because you see pieces that you can actually get, and then also get ideas for how to style the pieces to make a complete outfit. So I think that is what really drew me to her channel to begin with. I like that her price range on her clothing is kind of anywhere from low end to like mid-range. So, you know, she's shopping at H&M, which is very, very affordable. And then she also has pieces from like Aritzia, which I want to say is a little bit more of an investment, but also very good quality, and it's gonna last you a little bit longer as well. So I like that she has a wider range, even though sometimes she does dip into like the higher end stuff, but she does a really good job staying in that kind of low to mid-range price range. All right, and next on this list is Valeria Lipovesky. I am sure I butchered her name, but I have been following Valerie for years now. She is so beyond beautiful, but she also is a model and she has such phenomenal taste. On top of it, I am so drawn to her personality. I think she just has such a bubbly personality. She's fun to watch, and even though she, you know, is a model, she is a mom. She's a family woman. She's a businesswoman. And so I feel like she's very relatable in that sense, where she's down to earth, and she does a really good job sharing a lot of the tips that she picked up through her modeling career, which I think is phenomenal because, I mean, that's like inside information most of us aren't exposed to. I think that she also has really good fashion tips as well on how to style clothes. She does a really good job of being deliberate with like the styles that she suggests or recommends. A lot of the pieces that she recommends are like basic pieces that you can just get to build up your wardrobe. So even though they're a little bit more expensive, they're not trendy. They're very classic pieces that she knows you're going to have for years and years to come because she bought her pieces years ago. I actually got a lot of my shoe inspirations from her when I decided to invest in higher end shoes. I also think that she's a really good inspiration in that she is an immigrant. She worked really hard to get here and also worked really hard in her career. She talks a lot about her family life with her husband, with her kids, and so she really does try a lot to balance both work and family life, and I like that. I think that is actually very refreshing to watch, because a lot of times when you watch influencers, you only see like the fashion side or like the vlog side. You don't see like the whole family life. So it's really nice to see someone who is so beautiful, has such a good fashion sense, but also at the same time, they have a regular life. So I think that's something that I really want to strive in my life personally. I want to be able to have my YouTube channel. I want to be able to have a career, a business one day, and then I also want to be able to juggle a family on top of all that. And so seeing someone who is doing all of that and doing it very successfully is an inspiration. Next, we're gonna move up in price and move on to the high-end fashion influencers. And the first one in this category I wanna talk about is Lydia Elise Melon. Now, I started to follow Lydia Elise Melon back, I wanna say like 4 or 5 years ago when she first started on YouTube, and I know at this time her blog was very popular, and she was fairly new with Instagram as well. She had a pretty large following on Instagram considering it was so new at the time, but she wasn't nearly as big as she is now. I think Lydia is one of those controversial influencers. I know that I've seen drama with her over and over and over again, even though she really doesn't talk about it very much. But in the grand scheme of things, she has impeccable taste, and I think that just aesthetically, her content is very pleasing. I don't know very much about her personal life, and you know, it's not really my business to really say very much about her in that sense, since I don't know her personally. But as far as her style goes, as far as her content goes, I think she does a really good job with everything that she does and everything that she puts out there. Style, as I mentioned, is high-end. She has very high-end designers, and I feel like her recommendations on brands is not attainable for most people like me. But you know, she's still very fun to watch, and you can always find pieces that are similar in style to some of the pieces she recommends. But what I really like about Lydia's channel is that she does vlogs, and so you can kind of peek into her life a little bit. She lives in England in the countryside, and I think that her house is just stunning, it's beautiful, and it's something that I wish to kind of recreate in my life as well. I like that she's not just a fashion influencer, she also covers home decor. She just put up a garden in her house, in her country home, and I just think that that is phenomenal because that's something that I personally am trying to get into myself, and I want to build a garden in our backyard as well. And so yeah, I just like that she's an example that you can kind of have the best of both worlds. You can be a high-end fashion influencer, but you can also have this very beautiful country life, have a garden, get your hands dirty, and kind of have the best of both worlds. And I think that that is just like very inspirational. Which brings me to the next person on this list, which is Victoria from In the Fro. Now, I think they are friends because I know that I've seen them in vlogs together before, but I want to say their channels are very, very similar. They both cover high-end fashion, they both have homes in the country in England, they both kind of have like an English cottage that is just stunning, and their styles are beautiful. So if you like that type of vibe, I highly recommend both channels. I just think that it's just very romantic because I always loved watching like old period dramas and stuff growing up, and I just think that they kind of are living that life, but like obviously like more modern. So I just find something really romantic about that type of lifestyle, and it's very different here in the United States. I mean, I'm in the country, but it's like Texas, and you can't really compare Texas country to like English countryside, you know what I mean? So it's just fun to watch and see how people live differently in different countries. Next on the high-end fashion influencer list is Tamara Kalanick. Again, I apologize if I butchered her name, but whereas Lydia, Elise, Melon, and Victoria from In the Fro are English country type of vlogs, Tamara is more of like a city girl. She is very fun to follow in that, you know, she has like a very extravagant lifestyle, extravagant fashion. You know, she does a lot of fashion week stuff. So I think that she is, to me, a lot less relatable than some of the other ones on this list because she just has a very different lifestyle than the majority of people. But nonetheless, I think that she is very fun to follow. And I also like that she started off as a fashion blogger. I think she is, from my understanding, like self-made because she started pretty much from the bottom of like the fashion blogger world and like worked her way up. Lydia, Elise, Melon did the same thing as well. So I think it's both of them worked very hard to get to where they are and to have the type of influence that they do. So I think that's admirable. So for me, I just like to see the types of clothes she wears and kind of get influenced that way. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to afford a lot of the clothes that she wears. But again, it's just fun to watch, and it's fun to watch someone who has a very different lifestyle than you. Which brings me to the very last influencer on my list, which is Catherine Goatsi. Now, she probably has the most luxurious lifestyle of all of these influencers on this list. I think she is married to a former athlete, and she also was like a singer. So they both have a lot of money, and so they have this very, very extravagant lifestyle. Her videos are more like vlog-like than fashion videos, unlike the other ones that I've mentioned in the past. But again, I just think that it's really fun to see how her life is and kind of follow her life and a life that is just very different from the norm. She also, of course, has impeccable style and fashion taste. I really do like her Instagram content a lot also because, I mean, they're just lookbooks essentially that are very well done. She's such a beautiful person, and I think that her little family is adorable as well. Again, probably the least relatable out of everyone on this list, but you know, it's always fun to watch other people. Anyway guys, that is pretty much it for my list of top influencers that I personally follow. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm trying to get a list of top influencers together. I want to cover more of their vlogs, more of their videos, to acknowledge and kind of highlight their content within the past week or so that they can get a little bit more recognition, and then also just to bring a little bit more attention to this niche, which I personally love so much. So if you have a favorite fashion influencer that you follow, please let me know in the comment section below so I can check them out as well. And also let me know what type of content you would like me to talk about regarding these influencers. Anyway, I hope you found this video fun to watch. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to click on the subscribe button right there and hit that bell notification so you can see more videos like this. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.